Program Director. Let us be seated, please. Your Excellency and dear elder brother, Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, First Vice President, Honorable General Chiwenga in absentia, Second Vice President, Honorable Retired Kendall Mohadi, First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, Ministers and Deputy Ministers, the Mayor of Harare, President of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society, Mr. Ngoni Kudenga, representatives from business and agriculture in Zimbabwe and South Africa, members of the diplomatic corps, guests and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure and an honor for me to be here. I'm here at the special invitation of my dear brother, President Mnangagwa, who has, on a number of occasions over the past years, invited me to come to this agricultural show. I must say I have delayed in coming to see for myself this outstanding agricultural show. I now confess that I've been missing out a lot over the years, and I regret that. And I thank you, President Mnangagwa, for inviting me. Mr. President, allow me to congratulate you on the hosting of this outstanding Zimbabwe agricultural show. Over the 130 years since its founding, the value and importance of this agricultural show has endured and has grown bigger, stronger, and more impressive over the years. This premier event has weathered strong headwinds, political, economic, and increasingly ecological as well. Even amidst these challenges, a constant feature of this show has been the commitment by your government to use agriculture as a catalyst for economic growth, as an enabler for sustainable development, and also as a propeller for historical redress. On independence in 1980, the new democratic government of Zimbabwe had to take on a momentous task of dismantling colonial-era patterns of land ownership and agriculture. Most of your country's commercially productive land and large-scale commercial farms were owned by white people. The black majority of your country was confined to communal lands and all but completely excluded from commercial farming. This, in many ways, mirrored our own experience in South Africa, where a large portion of land was taken away from black people of our country. For yourselves as Zimbabweans, it was therefore essential for both historical redress and food security, and for development and economic growth, that your government should embark on ambitious reforms to facilitate the entry of black Zimbabweans into productive agriculture, including support to small-scale farmers. Agriculture is a cornerstone of Zimbabwe's economy. We congratulate the government of Zimbabwe for the measures it has taken to revive the country's agricultural sector through policy reforms, through investment in irrigation and mechanization, and empowering large and small-scale farmers. Today, I have seen for myself and heard for myself exactly the progress that you have made. I congratulate you on the impressive progress you have made in agriculture, dear President. We know that the agricultural sector has been heavily affected by the growing impacts of changing climate. Severe drought has impacted crop yields in recent years. Adopting to and mitigating the effects of climate change are an imperative for all nations in the world. Collaboration amongst countries is critical to the success of the various efforts that are being taken to mitigate the effect of climate change. Biosecurity is another area in which we must step up our cooperation, particularly as neighbors in Southern Africa. Outbreaks of foot and mouth disease, avian or bird flu, crop infections, and others call on all of us to pool our resources and strengthen our collaboration, including through respective research institutions. Technological trends in agriculture must be fully embraced to increase output and conserve resources. By way of example, geospatial agriculture using Earth observation and artificial intelligence has started to feature in some sectors of agriculture, both in South Africa and Zimbabwe. Such innovation will be the key as we collectively build resilience in pursuit of food security. It is impressive to see that Zimbabwe has chosen the objective of increasing its own food security through the various initiatives and interventions that your government has embarked upon. The efforts that are being made will also help to make various industries more competitive in the global trading market and to make use of the substantial opportunities of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. President Mnangagwa and I recently attended the SADC Summit in Madagascar just a few weeks ago, where agricultural transformation in the region was a major topic of discussion. The hosting of this agricultural show resonates with the comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program, which seeks to improve domestic production and marketing, as well as the facilitation of regional trade in food staples. Agricultural cooperation in our region is key to sustaining jobs, but it is also key in skilling and empowering our young people. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, agriculture accounts for between 60 and 80% of employment in our region. We must therefore work towards a more enabling regulatory environment to further boost this sector. We need increased investment in small and medium farming entities, particularly those that are owned and run by women and by young people in our region. I call on the private sectors in both Zimbabwe and South Africa to use this show to explore avenues for great collaboration that will result in more trade and investment across our borders. We need investment in the provision of seeds, of training and irrigation schemes, and storage facilities in agro-processing. You have, over a number of years, President, informed me about the various interventions that you are making to empower the small-scale farmers in the various areas of Zimbabwe. And today, I was able to hear and to see for myself how through the various 35,000 villages that you have in Zimbabwe have been able to make success of the interventions of assisting small-scale farmers with seeds, with training, with irrigation schemes, and the spread of fertilizers, as well as ensuring that technology is fully and properly utilized in your various farming and rural areas. I was particularly impressed with the interventions that are being made for rural development. I must also confess to being deeply impressed about how you are deploying skills throughout the country, particularly the 6,000 extension officers that are spread throughout the country, going from rural area to rural area into their motorized motorbikes, and a number of them being young women. That I found most impressive. I was also particularly impressed, Mr. President, with the manner in which funding assistance is being extended to small-scale farmers, and how you are improving agriculture through marketing and also improving the productivity of the Zimbabwean soil. This is most impressive, particularly across our continent, where agriculture needs to be made to play a key role in developing our countries and in growing our economies. The development of road, rail and aviation infrastructure is also a key catalyst to take agriculture to an even higher level. And through the various interventions that you are making, I am sure that Zimbabwe will continue to grow its agricultural development to a higher and higher level. I must say that Zimbabwe, in the way that you are developing your agriculture, stands out as a shining example for what many other countries in our region, in SADC, and indeed on the continent can learn from. So I came, I saw, I heard, and I must say that I have learned a lot. Thank you for imparting a number of experiences and lessons which I will take back to South Africa so that we can also be like you in as far as empowering our small-scale farmers is concerned. Your Excellency, Mr. President, as I conclude, I wish to once again thank you and the people of Zimbabwe for the warm welcome that you have accorded us. You have accorded myself and my delegation the warmest welcome as your neighbors. We share a lot historically, we share a lot socially, and we continue to be good neighbors. May our good neighborliness continue to grow as we seek to prosper our people across our region. I also wish to extend my warmest congratulations to the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society for successfully organizing this edition of the Agricultural Show, and to all the exhibitors that I saw represented here. I must say that the way that you organize your show is a very good representation of a grassroots participation where exhibitors and those who are going to win prizes rise right from the village level, right to the top. And I wish to congratulate those who have succeeded as exhibitors in the various competitions which rise right at the village level, at the ward level, to the highest level, through provinces and right to national level. That is truly impressive, and thank you for exhibiting this type of experience for us as South Africans. We can learn a lot from you, and certainly this is something that I want to carry with back home to South Africa, and I hope you will not be saying that we are stealing your intellectual property. As good neighbors, allow us to copy something from you so that we too can reach the high level that you have reached. In my view, this show is a resounding success, and I am privileged to participate in the opening of this great show. We do have shows, agricultural shows in South Africa, but let me say, much as ours are impressive, yours has impressed me more. And thank you very much for displaying all this to us. So I thank you for enabling us